Alright, so let's talk about some of the developments that happened on week 4 of the Novice program running starting strength. So, as you can see on the table behind you, week 3 is in the top section of the table and week 4 is in the bottom section. Now, the first thing I'm going to point out is that I've got a 1.5 kilo increase in weight gain, which is great to see. My weight has gone all the way up from 67 kilos when I first started the program. So looking at roughly about 4.5 kilos gained in 4 weeks on this program, which is pretty good. I mean, ideally I'd probably have my calories a bit higher than what they are at the moment, but I'm hitting as a daily minimum at least 4,000. I will admit this week I did have 2 days where I only hit perhaps about 3,000, but bar that, everything has at least been 4,000 calories, but I've had many days that have been far higher than 4,000, so averaging roughly around 4,000 as a minimum. But yeah, I'm trying to up that. I'm using different strategies, having some different shakes. I mean, one shake that I'm doing at the moment, you'll see it in a full day of eating video, which I'm going to do soon, but that's got Brazil nuts, dates, and some bananas in, and that just really gets about 2,000 calories in a couple of shakes, which is really helping if I have that at the start of my day. But yeah, so body weight's going well, seen a steady increase there. As we can see with the squat, another week of 5 kilo progressions. Now, I will say when I hit my 65 kilo squat for 3 sets, it was starting to feel a little bit tough. I wasn't quite on form that day, but I did my best. So perhaps when I'm feeling a bit more on form, the 70 kilos will feel fine again. But again, 65 kilos, it was nothing too bad, but it was a little bit more difficult than what I'm used to, as you'd expect, because the weight is going up slightly. But yeah, bench press as well. I decided to start micro loading on that because I was taking 2.5 kilo jumps prior to that, and I got my bench up from 60 to 70. But now I'm thinking I'm going to take 1.5 kilo jumps for a while. Perhaps I could do 2.5 kilo jumps still. I feel like when I hit my 71.5 kilo for 3 sets, I perhaps could have took the 2.5 kilo jump, but with having the slightly smaller jumps, it's allowing me to be a bit more explosive on my reps, get a bit faster bar speed, and I'm not really grinding out the reps, which is good. And in a way, I think that might help my linear progression carry on for longer by not taking these massive jumps. So yeah, we'll see about that. But for right now, I'm thinking 1.5 kilo jumps on the bench is going to be suitable for me. Now on the deadlift, as you can see, another 5 kilo progression, absolutely easy. I actually did one extra rep by accident, because as I'm sure you guys know, when the weight gets really heavy, your ability to count reps just isn't really that great. But yeah, so again, good deadlift progression there. Working my way up to that 3-plate deadlift, which will hopefully come in a few weeks. With the power clean as well, another 5 kilo PR. Again, my technique is definitely not brilliant, and I'm bending the arms too soon when I'm doing the power clean, so that is something I'm going to be working on. But nevertheless, still a PR, so I'm happy with that. And the press, as I talked about last week, still doing some technique work on that, tidying that up before I start building up strength on the press again. Good to get a good technique before I start adding weight onto it. But yeah, so that's pretty much a summary, and let's get into some of the training footage right now. Alright, so we're starting off the training clips here with the bench press that I did on day 1 of week 4. Now, as you can see, the bench is now tipping slightly towards the left as I'm actually overcompensating. Well, it's the right as you look at it on the screen, but that's kind of the opposite of what I've experienced in the past. The bar has been going slightly down the other way, but then towards the later reps of the set, I do even it out a bit, which is good. I'm happy on how my bench is going. This felt a lot more comfortable than I've been used to. I'm getting used to the technique. I feel like my scapular position on the bench is getting much better. I'm feeling like I'm able to stay tighter throughout the duration of the set, which is good. So I'm liking the bench press right now, and I'm feeling comfortable with it. Here is just some deadlift footage again. I got 6 reps, as I said. I accidentally did one more rep. I was just in the zone. Apparently miscounted my reps, but not to worry. I'm sure that's not too detrimental that I got an extra rep than the program said. But yeah, again, back position I think is looking pretty good on there. Getting into a good neutral spine position before I initiate my pull. Yeah, So I'm happy with how the deadlift's going. I think perhaps on a couple of the reps I was hyperextending a little bit at the top, which is a bad habit to get into. In the past, some of my other reps have been a lot better than that, so I don't know, just something I got to keep an eye on. But I think for this particular workout, I was working out very early in the morning before work, so yeah, I don't know. I think I should have just been paying a bit more attention. But nevertheless, happy with that PR. So here we are. There's some squat footage. This is the only squat footage in the video, but I got some different angles for you. This one shows a more front view, or front side view, and the other one gives an exact side view so you can see the depth and the back position and everything. Now I think my squat is definitely improving a lot in terms of my technique. I'll leave that up to you guys to have a look, because I know some of you help me out a lot, which I really appreciate. Give me a lot of advice, but I think I'm definitely making strides in the right direction in terms of my technique on the squat. Still working on trying to keep that lumbar spine in a good position, especially as I hit the lower end of the range of motion. It is a challenge, but I'm working on it. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling more confident on my squats. And yeah, building up the weight, and it probably won't be that long before I hit that 2-plate squat. Like I said, my 65 kilo squat that I did on day 3 was starting to feel a little bit difficult, but still nothing too serious, especially considering I am pausing at the bottom of my reps and not bouncing and using that stretch reflex. So yeah, pretty good. I don't know if you would class this technically as a pause squat, but seems pretty close to a pause squat in my opinion. So yeah, happy with that. As you can see, looking better. Not the excessive hip drive that was seen in my other videos. So yeah, happy on how that's going. I'm being able to get into a better low bar squat position. The bar position on my back easier. So everything seems to be going well on the squat front. As you can see, I've got some squat shoes as well, which are really helping me out. So yeah, brilliant. The squat shoes have made an absolute night and day difference in allowing me to hit better depth with better technique. So I'd highly recommend them if no one has, if you don't have a pair of squat shoes, But here, just doing the power cleans. Again, you'll see what I mean about me bending the arms too early. I think this is a common mistake that a lot of people make. It's not too bad, I don't think, but it's hard to tell because the movement's so quick and explosive. But yeah, my deadlift setup's good, my technique's good, but then I think I'm bending the arms before I pass the knees, which is a big, big no-no. And I do realise that, but it's one thing realising it and having the knowledge and then actually executing it. So I appreciate it when all you guys say read the book, learn how to do it. I am reading the book, I am learning how to do it. But like I say, it's one thing reading it and understanding the book, but then it's one thing applying it practically to your lifts. But yeah, here's the bench press footage, my first micro loading increment of 1.5 kilos. I'm hoping that these 1.5 kilo increments are going to get me up to 80 kilos at least. I'm feeling like they will. This is my last set as well, so a little bit slower than my previous 2 sets, but still I was happy with the bar speed, it was decent. I still got a slight pause on the chest. Not sure if you would technically count that as a pause bench. I don't know how long the pause has got to be or whatever, but to me it seems like it's definitely not touch and go. I'm definitely not bouncing it off my chest, so yeah, I'm happy with the technique on that. It's going well, as I say, getting more comfortable with the bench, and also going well in week 4. So look out for week 5. I'm going to be dropping that next week. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you all next time.